ugly lessons, you get me? Hard lessons, you get me? I don't joke with the lessons, you get me? Real blessings, fam.
Yes, family. What's happening? Hope everyone's good. Welcome back to another episode of Unique Sessions. My name is Unique Creation, and of course I have another topic to discuss today, which is do not be held back by temporary seasons. Do not be held back by temporary seasons. I've mentioned seasons before in previous episodes, talking about, how seasons come and go, what a season is, and so on. But before I carry on, me even saying it made me realize I should have pointed it out. When I talk about seasons, I'm not talking about summer, winter, autumn, spring. That's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about certain times in your life that come and go. For example, if you're going through a tough situation, maybe a breakup or something, once that season starts and ends, that's the timeline of that season, the breakup season. So when I say season, I'm just talking about certain situation, circumstance, or time frame in your life. That's what I mean by season. I should have cleared this up some time back because I don't know, not everybody understands certain lingos, but hey, there you go. So yeah, do not be held back by temporary seasons. Now, sometimes things happen, but as we live in life, seasons come and go, whether they're good ones or bad ones. Whether you're in a relationship and it ends, maybe you even hit a rocky patch. The rocky patch is actually that season that you're going through in terms of how you dealt with it. And the reasons why I even want to talk about not being held back by temporary seasons today is because of, I guess, when seasons come and go, we can either get stuck in a season if it's a traumatic or heavy one, even if it's a good one. For example, maybe you had an exciting time in your life. You know when you have 70-year-old, 50-year-old, 60, 80 people talking about back in my day in the 1800s and so on and so forth, it seems like they prefer their earlier life, their previous life that's come and gone, that season of their life, than the times they're living now. What is with the accent? Oh my days. Well, it keeps happening. But anyways, yeah. So I guess what I'm trying to say is that sometimes we can get held back in a way of being stuck in a previous season, in the sense of, let's say you go through a certain time frame in your life and you love it. Maybe uni time was the most exciting time in your life. You're out on your own, away from family in a new city. You're studying, you're living, you're trying new drugs and all sorts of things, experimenting in the bedroom, going to parties, all different types of alcohols, and just doing all sorts. But then when when you leave that season now and you enter maybe your career, your 9 to 5 or whatever path you choose to follow, you start thinking back about, oh man, those were exciting times. I had more energy, or I didn't have to think about bills, or I didn't have to worry about my child's asthma or whatever like that. And people start thinking about it too much and they almost get stuck in the past. I learned previously that when you worry too much about the past, it causes depression, while worrying too much about the future causes anxiety. Me, I'm an anxious person. I'm always thinking about the future. But what we're talking about, like past seasons now, I don't want temporary seasons to hold people back because I've been held back by it. When you go through certain experiences, certain traumatic situations, I've had traumas. I haven't spoken about all of them, but we all have traumas. We all have things we're dealing with. And we get held back by that because what happened to us is almost as if, for example, I remember when I was... how old was I, man? I think I was 11, 12, or 13, one of them ages. And I remember my mom bought me a new bike for my birthday, brand new bike. I was a short kid, wearing shorts in the winter because I was still fresh from Africa. I didn't really think past that. It's cold, but I can still wear shorts. Anyways, I think I was 11, yeah, something like that. I got a new bike. Anyway, I used to like riding it out, right? So on the second day, I take the bike out, but the problem with the bike was the wheel wasn't tight enough. So while I was riding it, it kind of bent and I fell over. But the thing is, there was this big guy that came. He ran across, right? It was, I don't know, it was big to me at that time. He ran over, right? And he picked me up. Now, he said, "Are you all right?" I said, "I'm all right." But then he picked up the bike too. And I thought he helped me fix the wheel and everything. But this is where it gets funky. He fixed the wheel, but he wouldn't give me back the bike. I'm like, all right, cool, I'm fine, but give him a bike now. Now from then I could tell that there was something off. This guy's not giving me back my bike. So I grab onto the bike handle and this guy forced me off the bike and he threw me off. And then he rides off on my bike. Now obviously I'm in shock. I'm an 11-year-old kid. I knew what happened, but it still shocked me. Like, this guy just manhandled me, full grown man, manhandled me, dashed me off my bike, took my brand new 2-day-old bike. This wasn't a cheap bike, it was a mountain bike. I was in love with it. It was my favorite toy. I was 11 years old. This was a big thing to me. But this guy just robbed me, and obviously I was in shock. I ran down the street looking for him. Now in my head, what could I really do? This guy was like 2.5 times my size, but I still wanted my bike back. Now obviously as time went on, the shock really creeped in. I was shocked what just happened. My 2-day-old brand new bike just got taken from me. It really messed me up in my head. I felt weak, I felt helpless. I never had someone overpower me that much to the point where I couldn't do anything about it. So it really hit me, even as an 11-year-old kid, it really hit me. Anyways, my uncle, he was just, I think because I was still running around the road, I'll never forget, he was coming back from somewhere with my sister. They took her to the shops, and obviously he knew he saw there was something wrong with me, so he runs all the way to me to find out what's going on. I had this startled look in my eyes like a day in headlights. And he's like, "You alright? What's going on?" I said, "Somebody just mugged me from my bike." Obviously my uncle not liking what he heard. He ran around looking for her, but it was too late. It was too late, man. Anyways, fast forward, that left something in my head. Time went on. I think I was 17 at this point. I had grown up. I was much bigger. I had a growth spurt. I remember walking to a petrol station. This is where it gets interesting. I walked to a petrol station and I look at a face that, I don't know, it just stood out to me. I remembered it, but I wasn't sure from where. Anyways, I stood next to him thinking, where do I know you from? And then I realized it was the guy that mugged me 6 years prior. But I was bigger than him now. I was bigger than him now. And I'm standing there staring down at this guy. I was literally looking down at him. I'm thinking, the first thing that came to my mind was, you're the one that robbed me on my bike and put fear in me. Second thing that hit me was, you robbed me? This tiny, scrawny Buckle 5 guy that I was terrified of as a kid robbed me. But before I saw him again, I was really hit by that experience. For a long time, I never told anyone. You don't really talk about this in your teens. I felt powerless because I got overpowered and I couldn't do anything about it. I didn't realize that I'd gone bigger than the object of my fear. But seeing him again in real life, standing there, I realized if I wanted to do you, I could really do you in right now, and there's nothing you can do about it. I'm sorry, but I'm the bigger one now. And just by looking at you, I can make short work of you. I'm not boasting, I just know what I was capable of at that age. So with that it taught me of that the object of my fear really was a small thing. That happened, it was a very small time, but it created a very long season of fear and worry and feeling powerless. But seeing him again really released me from that because I realized things have changed. I'm out of that season. It happened like that. It was very quick, the time, but the whole experience of getting mugged. But over time, it really left a mark on me. But seeing the guy again, the realistic situation that we were in, and seeing that there was actually a difference, I'd moved on from that. I've experienced different things from there. My body has changed in terms of growth and getting big and growing into myself. But because I didn't know, in my head the guy was still huge, but seeing him again, he wasn't that big. And that's what past experiences do to you. Sometimes we go through certain seasons, certain situations that creates a long season, and we get stuck in it and it holds us back. And believe me, it had issues. It really held me back. It had problems. It did things to me. But having a real perspective and just looking at the guy again really changed a lot for me in terms of my point of view. What I thought it was, the issue that I'd gone through it, I'd overcome it. Seeing him again let me know I'd overcome it. I wasn't afraid when I saw this dude. It was just surprise and realization that there had been changes happening. And that's why I want to talk to people, just share. That's why I shared that small aspect of a life story with you, true life story that happened to me, an experience of situations come and go. And sometimes our minds make it something that it no longer is. When we're stuck in, so it either makes it bigger or we're stuck in that same experience. Things change. Things move on. Times keeps going. Life, the world, everything keeps spinning. But once that season is over, it's over. It's in your past. Don't let it hold you there. You still have your life ahead of you. If you're alive, you're still living. Don't let past experiences, past seasons hold you back from a future that could be much better. That's what I wanted to share with you guys today. Hope it did something for someone out there who's watching this. If you feel it will help someone else who's gone through a similar experience, please share it with them. If they want to find out more, I'm happy to talk in more detail, not just about how I felt, but what I did to the guy afterwards. Wow, that sounds really messed up. But yeah, if you want to find out, leave me a message in it. Ask me questions. So yeah, that's it. If you haven't, please like and subscribe. And I'll see you at the next episode. My name's Unique Creation. Much love. See you all very soon. God bless.
You get me? Hard lessons. You get me? I don't joke with the lessons. You get me? Real blessings, fam. Took losses but never lost myself to lessons.